Hello and welcome to Weekend Projects. I'm Bree Pettis, and every week, no matter where I am, I bring you a project that you can make over the weekend. Okay, we're going to get started making a $3 flower. This is a really nice thing that you could leave as a tip if you had a nice dinner, or you could go ahead and just make it and put it on your shelf and it would look really awesome. This is a project designed by Robert J. Lang, and it was diagrammed in Volume 5 of Craft by Jeffrey Rutzky. Now, I don't have Volume 5 of Craft here, but luckily I've got the digital edition, which I can take around the world wherever there's internet. Here's some hints on folding. First of all, dollars are really hard to fold. That's because they're made out of linen and they're fold resistant. I went ahead and I cut up, for the first time I'm doing this project, I cut up some pieces of paper that were the same shape as dollar bills, but were made out of paper because it's easier to fold. Also, when you're looking at diagrams, a valley fold is dashes, and that means when you see it like this, you're going to fold it like this and have a valley. A mountain fold, on the other hand, is when you have a dash, dot, dash, dot, dash, dot kind of situation, and you fold it so that when you fold it, it turns into a mountain. Valley, mountain. Let's get folding. Now that you've got it here, this kind of looks like an airplane. We're going to unfold this and we're going to fold it together, and it requires some folding things back the other way and getting all these creases so that they work both forwards and backwards. That makes putting the whole thing together easier. Now I'm going to go ahead and sort of unfold it. I've got a triangle right here that I want to maintain, and I'm going to kind of smush it over like that, and there we go, that's one side. Now I'm going to do the other side, holding that all together. Smush, and this kind of works like an accordion where it gets smushed in. There we go. So now this looks kind of like a paper airplane. Next up, we're going to do these little sections right here. Now it's at the point where it kind of looks like two frog legs or something, and we're going to do what's called an open sink. And that's where we take this point and we want it to be facing down instead of up. And so I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold this over like this, give it a really good fold, and I'm going to double fold everything here so it's possible. And now I'm going to smush this down, and the thing that I'm going to do, and I'm kind of doing this backwards for the camera here, is I'm going to start off trying to get a trapezoid shape right here. Come on, cooperate. And then I'm going to fold everything else together, kind of like an accordion. So you can see this is kind of coming together, and now I'm going to smush it. I've got a trapezoid shape here, and I've got a little bit of an accordion thing going on there where you can see it zigzags back and forth. And the point is down in there, you can see it here. And now I'm ready to move on to the next stage. And the next thing you want to do is make 2 more of these, so you have a total of 3. So now I've got 3 of these, and I'm going to fold them in here like this so that they're just a little bit off-center from each other. And this is going to make all 3 of the petals here. Now I'm going to smush them together. Kind of fold them up so that they're all, so it kind of, let's see if we can undo this right here. There we go, there's 3 on one side. Okay. And there's 3 on the other. And now I've got, this sort of looks like the shape we had before, except there's 3 smushed in here. Okay. Now I'm going to open it up so that it makes this top part into a hexagon. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of these petals and I'm going to bend it over. I'm going to take it straight and I'm going to kind of bend it like that so it goes over here. This is going to give it a nice 3D effect. I'm going to do it again there. I'm going to smush this one, this petal, so that this part comes down to here. Smush. Same thing here. And this is actually called a horizontal flat twist. So it's horizontal because I'm taking these things and making them go from angles to horizontal. And it's twisted because, as you can see, it all twists up. Now this is looking a little bit more snazzy, and we're really close now. This goes down here like this. Let's check a few things here. Make sure everything looks good. Well, there's a few little parts that need some attention just to make them happy. And as you can see, we are really close now. All we have left to do is open these petals up. Now what you can do that makes these petals look really snazzy is you can go at the edge here. See how I've got this petal like this? I'm going to turn it on its side, and right here I'm going to bend this over and put a little fold there. And I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to take that little fold and I'm going to push it in. And then that kind of makes it so that the petal goes out more. And now I'm going to fold this part over, and there's one petal there. Now I'm going to do this to all the rest of it. Okay, now we're looking good. There we go. I've got my nice flower. It's all set. It looks great. You can totally do this. It might take you a few tries, but don't give up until you've got it all the way done. You'll know you've got it right when you've got a hexagon on the back. And you can see where we did the horizontal flat twist. We've got all these little things, so it kind of looks a little bit like a spiral. Okay, I'm going to put the instructions for this in the PDF that goes along with this podcast. You can download that at makescene.com/podcast and go out there, make some origami. Have a great weekend. Weekend project watcher Melissa told me that the smallest origami crane ever folded out of a square was super, super small. It was actually folded out of a 1mm by 1mm sheet of paper, and that's really small. They had to fold it with a pin and look at it through a microscope.